Holy moly donut shop. Good morning, nieces and nephews. Look like the S&P 500 gapped up, gapped up to new all-time high. They couldn't really get to it intraday. They were chopping, building strength for the next move, and it looks like the next move ends up being a gap up to new all-time highs, guys. Incredible. I wrote in my Discord a bunch of times that I was bullish above 565, still overall bullish above 568 and 565 lowest. Not a prediction, just based on the charts. But speaking of predictions, you see, one of the things that I love about my Discord is that not only you get content from me, but you also can get some content from some of the top traders in my Discords that are actually six-figure traders or about to be. And, this is my friend Cosmos here. He was looking at the flows. He wrote, I noticed that the same Delta calls tomorrow put on Triple Q puts are like 3 times as much. What was his conclusion? He wrote right here, I think retail bears are going to get fucked. And you look at the gap up. Yeah. I mean, it's still early in the day, but a gap up into new all-time highs. I think you're right, Cosmos. Retail bears definitely getting fucked. Okay, and we're just going by data, guys. We're going by the charts. We're going by the data that the option flow shows us. Okay, and the best way to predict. I know a lot of people, they like to predict the future, but the answers a lot of time lie in the past, guys. The best way to predict someone's future behavior is you look at their past behaviors. Right, and with the S&P 500 and Triple Q and NVDA and stuff, it's all run by human emotions. If you think about it, you gotta get intimate, guys. If you want to be a trader, you gotta get intimate with the ticker symbols that you want to trade. You notice for years, Uncle just covers the same old ticker symbols year after year after year. Why? Because I intimately know these ticker symbols. I'm comfortable trading these ticker symbols. If you was to tell Uncle to cover some other ticker symbols that I ain't never heard about, I might have some trouble trading that new ticker symbols. I might take a little time. I gotta get to know the ticker symbols, see how the price action moves with that ticker symbol, right? I have to get to know it intimately. But I know SPY, I know Triple Q. You get what I mean? And a lot of my members in my Discord, they've been doing the same thing. They got their top 4 ticker symbols. It might not necessarily be SPY, Triple Q, NVDA, and Tesla like Uncle. They might have their own Fantastic Four. And then they know it intimately. And it gets to the point where, they know their ticker symbol so well, it does seem like they are predicting. That's why a lot of newer traders who aren't very experienced with this stuff, they think a lot of these traders can see the future. It's not that they can't see the future. It's just they're really good at reading charts. They're really good at interpreting data, which takes years to learn. But the advice I have for you guys is, if you want to be good at predicting the future, you got to be good at looking at past behaviors. When it comes to the charts, you got to be good at looking at the left side of the chart. All right. This is price action 101, guys. Right. You need price action. Go look up price action, guys. What is price action? Anyways, let's get down to business, okay? So we're gapped up. What are the levels, Uncle? Well, I did have some fib levels from the pivot high from August 30th down to September 6th, which gave us some new fib levels that we can work with around the all-time highs area, right? And one of the fib levels is 573.66, okay? And SPY gapped up above that. So because of this situation, 573.66 is the first support, which makes next resistance at 575, 576.5, which is a fib level, and my critical big fib level, based on a bigger high and low area, is 578. Okay, that's my ultimate target. All right, if bulls break past 578, oh my goodness, I would be a little surprised, a pleasant surprise, considering hopefully I'll be holding calls at that time if it happens though. But it would be a surprise if we break past it. I do have 579.5 and 583.6 as targets above that. These are all fib levels, fib extension levels, guys. Okay. But to get to those levels, we got to clear 575 and 576.5. Guys, don't argue with the price action. I know we're overbought and all the happy stuff. But if the price action says something, that's what we got to follow, okay? Now, if the price action says, you know what, we're a little bit unhealthy right now, we need to pull back, well, guess what? As usual, the price action behavior, the tendencies must reflect that. And when SPY usually gives us a false breakout setup or a gap and crap, it does lead to at least a level-to-level move to the downside. So with that being said, 573.6 must fail as support, okay? It has to fail as becoming the new buy zone. If it fails, okay, then we can expect a little more move to the downside with 572 and 570 in play, okay? We play it level to level. So if you short the breakdown of 573.6, you look to take most of your profits at 572 and leave a runner in case we head down lower, okay? I would definitely be bearish below 570 because you see it's a fib level, and based on this little uptrend line I got right here, if breaking back below 570 would break down that orange uptrend line and give me and indicate to me that we are going to pull back deeper. 568 and 565 would be targets to the downside, okay, guys? Know the levels, know the setups, and trade it unbiasedly. All right, guys, make sure you watch towards the end of the video because I will be covering the dark pools and the option flow. I'm going to show you guys what big money is doing. You know, big money, not when I say big money, it's not like I mean whales like Elon Musk or something, okay? These big money players could be anybody. The cheddar flow don't tell you who they are. It just shows you that they got a lot of money and they're moving it, okay? So it's good to see what the big money players are doing because, oh man, they're getting cooked. Anyways, Triple Q with this massive gap up as well as around 493, okay? I do have a resistant level based on a pivot low from mid-July at 493. So that is resistant, and if it clears, the gap fill at 496 can finally happen. I think it's a little higher than 496. 496.3-ish, 4-ish, right? Let me look. Yeah, 496.34-ish, okay? So if 493 clears, we can possibly go fill that gap. It hit 495 and 496.34, all right? If it's pullback time, then support at 491, which is a pivot low from July 11th as well. 491 will fail to put 489, 486.5 is all back in play. All right, guys, I need to see 491 and 489 fail as support. NVDA, this stock has been bullish. Holy moly, it was, you see the expansion phase. The expansion phase from September 6th up to September 12th, followed by the chop phase or the contraction phase, and then boom, we broke the structure, and it led to another trend move to the upside. Okay, right now we're above that 125 level. It was serving as strong selling pressure yesterday, but now we're above it, and as long as above it, 127 is in play. And if we can break out 127, I would be surprised if we break it out right away on the first try, but if we do, above 127 would be bullish, putting 130 and 131.5 in play, okay? I'll look to short if 125 and 123.5 fail as support to put 122 in play. That's a fib level, and below 122, I would definitely be bear biased, all right, guys? Tesla, well, we did not get the evening star pattern, guys. We talked about a potential evening star pattern. The start off would be a big body green candle followed by a gap up doji, followed by on the third candle a gap down and a breakdown of 252 and the doji's low at 249. That did not happen. As a matter of fact, you guys can see we stayed above 252 fib level the whole time. It cleared the next resistance level at 254 and 255.5, and it smashed my 257 target. Now we are gapped above it. Okay, so next resistance is at 262, 264, and the critical one at 265.5. That was a tough sell zone back in July. Okay, we can go retest that zone if we can clear resistant 262 and 264. All right, if it's pullback time, we need the breakdown of support. Breakdown of 260, breakdown of 258.5 and 257 will indicate to me, hey, it's pullback time. But unless we break down those supports, then right now, guys, I would not try to call a top. A lot of people are going to try to call a top. And the market maker is going to continue to keep pushing this up if people keep calling it top. You guys look at the option flow. You saw how many people with their puts, right? Speaking of puts, with IWM, puts been paying actually. Okay, yesterday IWM broke down that 219.7 level, and it went down to 217.5. As I mentioned to you guys, if we break down 219.7, look to short with 218 and 216.7 in play. Okay, didn't quite hit my 216.7 level, but it did hit 218 and gave us a close lower. So intraday, maybe you guys made some money. But swinging right now, if you swung puts yesterday, market makers trying to screw us over again. All right, guys. So you guys can see it, 220 is where it's at right now. If this gap up is going to continue to be bullish, it needs to stay above 219.7. Why? Because we broke down 219.7 on the daily chart yesterday. So staying above it would be an indicator that, hey, market makers are going for a false breakdown. And if they are, that is bullish. Okay, now follow through to me to really put the hammer at home. If it's bullish, recapture 219.7 and clear 221.8, I would feel comfortable looking to long. I mean, the RSI has definitely cooled down, so getting above 221.8 would recapture another loss level and trigger puts 223, 224.5, and 226 and 228 would be targets to the upside. Okay. Otherwise, if we break back below 219.7, because gap and craps are a thing, okay, we can gap up and then crap during the hours, okay? That's a possibility. That's happened. And if that is to happen, 219.7 must fail. That'll keep price below the critical level and break down 218, and we should be able to hit 216.7 on the next try with 215 and 212.6s below. All right, guys. So that's based on the charts. Let's take a look at the dog pool. Okay, 571 is where majority activity came in for SPY, 1.4 billion, and then the other one, which aligns with my fib level at 570, well, it came in at 569.95, 94, one's 570, 93, but you add it all up, it's about a billion, over a billion. 569.95 is 1.1 billion. You know, so there was a lot of activity coming in around that 570 area, and I showed you guys based on the charts why that's a critical level. So below it, I would be bearish. Okay, guys, but above it, bulls have a chance at more upside. Triple Q, 44% of activity came in at 45.96. The other 39% came in at 45.29. And then 17% came in at 45.82. So between that 485 to 486 zone is where big money players are parking their money. Either letting it go, they're selling, or they're parking their money. IWM, 217.69, okay? 70% of activity came there. 217.69. That's actually where IWM closed yesterday. It's amazing. You know, you see these things like where the big ones are. It's almost like the market makers just pushes prices there. You know what I mean? So you can see that if you see these in real time, you get an idea. Hey, where the ticker symbol could possibly close. I love it. I love dark pool, cheddar flow, and all that have these. I don't trade based off of it, but it's definitely helpful to me on help me decide, hey, where I should bet to the upside, to the downside. 257, look at that. That's one of my fib levels, not fib level, but one of my support resistant levels for Tesla. 257, guys. It's actually also around where Tesla closed yesterday. Also one of my levels. So can't get really bearish unless we break back below 257. Overall, bulls may have a shot at more upside. We might pull back a little bit, might consolidate a little bit, but as long as above 257, bulls have a shot at more upside. Now let's take a look at NVDA and 123.5. Amazing how that's actually one of my levels. It's almost like me and the big money players are charting the same way or something. I don't know. Anyways, 97% of activity was there. Okay, guys. Let's take a look at the flows. What is big money betting to? Are they betting to the upside still? For the new people, I like to look at the most aggressive plays. So I look at 100K premiums or above. I only look for above the ask. I only look at sweeps. I only look at out the money. Those are the most aggressive plays. And you guys can see 100% in puts, guys. $5.4 million into puts. 520 strike price. But that's for January 31st of next year. 2.1 mil. This one is a 560 strike price for March of next year. 2.1 mil. Incredible. So we got a couple of puts here that don't really matter as much to because this is expired already for 570 strike price. This is gonna be expired today for 570 strike price. But besides those, you can see where big money is placing their bets. It's still betting to the downside. Now, if you was a market maker and your boss told you, hey, we need to take as much money from retail as much as possible, and you're seeing crap like this, what would you do? Okay, I mean, sheesh. At least they're trying to enter puts at the top, kind of. But look where they entered: 569.7, 569.82, 570.6, 570.8, 571.6, 571.5. That's around where they entered. And look, SPY gapped up, and it's still going up. Y'all like bear meat for dinner, because that's what market makers are eating. They're eating bear meat. I hope they tenderize it first. Now this a little more balanced, I guess. $1.5 million went into calls. $1.1 million went into puts. We look at the puts though, all expiring for today. Where's Triple Q? Gap up a lot. So all those puts, those people that was betting to the downside for puts for today, because look at they entered around at the end of the day, 3:42 p.m. guys. 15 minutes before market closed, they entered. If they still held, thinking they was gonna get something like some pullback, man, they got crushed. And then the people for the calls is a little bit more time on their calls. 490 strike price, 492, 500. They're probably very happy right now. And then these guys with the put September 25th, yeah, he's cooked. He probably lost a lot of money. This person probably lost some money. Yeah, bears are not happy right now. You're still seeing people bet to the downside, guys. Okay, so IWM 100% in the calls based on my filters. They entered yesterday at 10 in the morning though. October 18th, they have time. Yeah, they probably got crushed yesterday in the morning. Didn't have a good time. Ooh. Even this person that bought calls probably didn't have a good time. It's so hard to try to trade and predict, guys. I'm telling you. It's better to trade it level to level style with the price action. Tesla with the calls, yeah, they definitely paid off. They did a bunch of calls for expiring tomorrow. They probably ate. They ate good. They ate good. This person probably eating good. Look where they ended around 256s. Yeah, Tesla's way up above that. The one person that bought puts though was for expired today. Yeah, they had a 255 strike price. Not good for them. And did I cover everything? I covered everything, guys. NVDA. Yeah, 2.6 million. Wow, very lopsided. Very lopsided. Yeah, a lot of these calls, good amount of them were expiring for tomorrow. Some of them have time on it for October 18th. The puts definitely did not make any money. But yeah, if you're betting on calls with these people, should be making good amount of money. But you guys see how you see the data of the flows, and then you see the reaction, the actual reaction from the price, from the ticker symbols. They all have different personalities, guys. So if there was any message besides following the price action and all that happy stuff, if there's any message I could send you guys is that, okay, get to know your ticker symbols intimately. All right, guys. So thank you guys for watching today. I really appreciate you guys. Please hit the like button. Please subscribe. And if you want more content from Uncle Charles, please definitely join my Discord and come meet these awesome people that's in the sheep's den. All right. Thank you guys. Peace.